Hello everyone, welcome to the Calgary Language Learning and Exchange Club video channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the 3 obvious ways that saves you from language learning blunders. So, if you are living in Calgary and you want to learn English or other languages, and also wanting to have a conversation partner to do proper language exchange, please join our group. Our Facebook page, the link is in the YouTube description below, as well as that the registration form for our group is within that Facebook page. And it's free. So if you are in Calgary and you are also learning the languages in general, please join our group, and we would make sure that you would have the best experience by finding you a conversation partner and making sure that your language learning is a success. The first obvious way is to ask yourself why. Why are you learning this language? Why is it important to you? Why do you want to succeed? You need to ask yourself these questions because you need to know why you want to do it. And knowing why you want to do it would give you the motivation and energy to succeed. And it also gives you a more obvious direction to learn this language. For instance, if your why question, why are you learning this language, is because that you want to talk with people in that country, or you have a significant other who speak that language as a native speaker, and you want to communicate with them using that language. If that is why, then you want to pay lesser attention to writing and reading, and instead you might want to put more attention to speaking and listening instead. However, if what you want is, I want to read the materials in their own native language, then you should focus more on reading instead of listening and speaking. I'm not saying that those are not important, and most of the time all of those components are interconnected altogether. So speaking, writing, and reading, they're all linked together. But what I'm trying to tell you is this helps you to focus on what you want to get out of it most. And because of focusing on that, you would be much more motivated in learning that language. The second obvious way is you need to set clear goals. These goals must have clear deadline, needs to be measurable, and has to be result oriented. You should also set those goals to make it slightly out of reach. And the reason why is that you would want to shoot for the stars or aim for the stars and end up shooting the mud, rather than you aim for the mud and you make it. If you set the goals too low, then yes, of course you make it, but for that particular period of time you might be able to achieve so much more. And even if you make it slightly out of reach, if you could reach 90% of that goal, that already maximizes your use of time for learning that language. So that is why you need to set clear goals. by making it having a clear deadline, measurable, and results oriented. It keeps you on track. It keeps you in the right direction as to where you want to go, and it keeps your schedule full so that you would know when you need to reach which milestones, and that would further improve your motivation for language learning. The third obvious way is to find out how you can make time. I know that we are all busy people and we all have our own schedules that we need to worry about, especially that most of us have either school or work, and as well as family, relationships, and all of that. But if you want to learn the language and be successful at it, you need to make time for it. But because if you can't make time, when are you going to learn? How are you going to learn? That is why you need to know when are your downtimes. So you should ask yourself these questions. When are you taking a rest? And what are you doing in those rest times? If, let's say, you spend an hour each day watching TV or playing video games or watching YouTube, for instance, can you use that time into learning a language instead? If not, why? How come? Also, are you driving a lot, traveling a lot on the plane, or do you spend a lot of time on public transit, such as buses? Because if you do, you might be able to use that time period to learn a language as well. Um, for instance, you could read flashcards with your memorized apps while you're on the bus, or you could look at a textbook while you are on the airplane, or if you're driving, you can't do any of those that I mentioned, but you can actually listen to an audiobook. So there are many ways for you to learn language in your downtime, and you should explore and deep down on your schedule for the last few weeks to see how can you make time for language learning. And this concludes my video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please join our club if you're in Calgary, because we would be hosting events as well as finding you a compatible language partner, all with well cost. It's just my hobby and I'm just here to help you out. Also, if you like my videos, please subscribe to our channel. I would be posting various updates and info regarding language learning. Thank you. Bye bye.